You won't believe what happened in Shaunie O'Neal's life recently. Let me tell you, it's a story full of surprises, heartbreak, and twists you didn't see coming. Shaunie, the woman who built an empire from the ground up, was once known as the strong, unshakable Hollywood queen. From her reality TV show Basketball Wives to being a successful entrepreneur, Shaunie was admired for her resilience. But lately, her throne seems to be shaking, and the world can't help but wonder what went wrong. This is a woman who was admired, respected, and seemed to have it all. But behind all the glamour, there were cracks waiting to break through. When you think of Shaunie O'Neal, what comes to mind? Most of us picture a woman who's not just Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife, but a powerhouse who built her own empire in Hollywood. She was strong, successful, and unstoppable. For years, Shaunie stayed in the spotlight, gracefully handling both her personal and professional life. But recently, the world saw a very different side of her life, a side filled with heartache and drama. What happened? How did this once unshakable woman who had everything suddenly find herself in the middle of a messy divorce and public scrutiny? That's where this story starts to get interesting. At 49, Shaunie wasn't afraid to open up about the things she had kept hidden for years. It wasn't just her second marriage that had failed. It was everything she had worked so hard to build. From the outside, it looked like she had finally found her perfect match in Keion Henderson, a charismatic pastor who seemed to check all the boxes. Their relationship looked like the ultimate redemption story. Shaunie had been through so much already with her messy divorce from Shaquille O'Neal. She deserved happiness, and Keion seemed to be the one who could give it to her. They blended love, faith, and family, but what everyone didn't know was that this fairy tale wasn't as perfect as it seemed. In the beginning, it felt like Shaunie had finally found peace. Her marriage to Keion was full of smiles, family vacations, and what seemed like endless love. It was the kind of relationship that made everyone believe in second chances. But here's where it gets shocking. Behind the closed doors of their marriage, things were falling apart. The cracks started to show. Shaunie had worked hard to protect her family's image, but soon the truth began to slip out. Whispers started about financial issues, trust problems, and even shady dealings within Keion's ministry. It wasn't the kind of thing you'd expect from a pastor, right? And yet, the rumors spread like wildfire. The perfect couple people admired had their issues, big ones. Even as the whispers grew louder, Shaunie and Keion did their best to keep up the image of the perfect family. Social media was filled with their happy moments, but behind all that, something wasn't right. And then the bombshell. After only 2 years of marriage, Shaunie made a decision that shocked everyone. She filed for divorce. It was sudden, unexpected, and it sent shock waves across the internet. Fans couldn't understand why someone as strong and successful as Shaunie would walk away from a marriage that seemed to have it all. What happened behind the scenes? Was it just irreconcilable differences, or was there more to the story than anyone knew? As more details began to emerge, people started to question everything they thought they knew about Shaunie and Keion. Could the reality behind their perfect marriage be far darker than anyone imagined? Then things took a strange turn. A cryptic Facebook post from a former church member seemed to suggest something much darker. The message read, "The man you see on stage isn't the man behind the curtain." What did this mean? Was it pointing to Keion's true nature? Was his public persona as a loving husband and father just a facade hiding something deeper? Shaunie didn't respond immediately, but fans and media were buzzing. What if everything they had seen about Keion, his role as a preacher, his image as a perfect husband, was a lie? Could it be that Shaunie had known all along that something wasn't right, but chose to stay silent until she couldn't anymore? The questions piled up, and the rumors only fueled the fire. Fans were glued to their screens trying to piece together what had really happened. As if the tension wasn't enough, another bombshell dropped. An audio clip surfaced online where Shaunie could be heard speaking about the breakdown of her marriage. "I trusted him, but he turned our marriage into a lie," Shaunie said. But what was she talking about? Was it financial trouble, lies, or something even more personal? No one knew for sure. Was this just a heartbreaking confession from a woman in pain, or a hint at something much bigger that could change how we saw both Shaunie and Keion forever? The mystery continued to grow, and one thing was clear. Shaunie's life was no longer the picture-perfect fairy tale it once seemed. It had become a shocking drama with a twist at every turn. As more details came to light, the internet buzzed with speculation. Shaunie, once known for quiet grace, began showing the world she was no longer willing to suffer in silence. Her actions on social media spoke louder than words as she stopped tagging Keion, deleted old photos, and eventually unfollowed him entirely, erasing him from her online life piece by piece. Fans noticed everything. These subtle moves sent a loud message that the split had been brewing far longer than anyone imagined. Rumors intensified as people began digging into Keion's past, uncovering allegations of infidelity, financial issues, and a possible double life hidden behind his role as a pastor. Whispers suggested involvement with women from his congregation and questionable ministry dealings. Whether true or not, the internet was relentless. Through it all, Shaunie remained strategic and mostly silent, allowing speculation to swirl while she quietly reclaimed control. Leaked audio clips, cryptic posts, and media reports only deepened the mystery. Meanwhile, Shaunie focused on protecting her children and her empire, ensuring her family stayed shielded from the chaos. Her 5 children and Keion's 2 were caught in the middle, but Shaunie made it clear her family came first. As the dust began to settle, Shaunie's next move surprised everyone. She wasn't fading away. She was planning her next chapter. With new TV projects rumored and her legacy firmly in mind, Shaunie once again proved her ability to turn personal pain into power. She refused to let a failed marriage define her. Instead, she redefined herself, reminding the world she was more than an ex-wife, more than reality TV drama. She was a force. While questions about Keion remain unanswered, one thing is certain. Shaunie O'Neal is just getting started. Her journey is far from over, and with every new chapter, she continues to rise, proving that resilience, strength, and control over one's own narrative can turn even the darkest moments into triumph. The drama is real, the mystery remains, and the world will be watching every step of the way.